In this video, we are going to talk about divisibility. So we're going to first begin by even and odd numbers. An even number is a number that is divisible by 2, meaning you could take your number and you can divide it evenly by 2 with no remainder. Okay? An odd number, you cannot divide by 2. It cannot be divided by 2. Okay? So we can list some of our odd numbers. Our odd numbers start with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. Those are our odd numbers. And our even numbers begin with 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, Whenever I write a list of numbers, I always use these braces, the squiggly brackets. It kind of indicates a list, okay? And I kind of use the word divisible and divisibility already, but just to define it, divisibility, they both have the divisi in it. It means that it's divisible. It could be divided by smaller numbers. Or it contains factors. Okay? It could be divided by a smaller number. So 12 is divisible by 3. It could be divided by 3. It could be divided by 4. Okay? So we have these rules to help us make sure that we can divide certain numbers into bigger numbers. So if you need to pause this video here, you could pause this video to take down the notes. But I'm going to go through them quickly. Oh, one more thing. The number 0 is neither odd or even. Okay? So 0 is neither odd or even, just the number 0. But when 0 is used as a placeholder in 10, it helps that number become even. But 0 itself is not even or odd. It's just neutral. Okay? So a number is divisible by 2 if the last digit is even. And I don't really like this number because 0 is not even. If the number ends in a 0, a 2, a 4, a 6, or an 8. If it ends in those numbers, if the last digit is one of those numbers. It is divisible by 4 if the last 2 digits can be divided by 4. So the number 512 is divisible by 4 because if you look at the last 2 digits, 12 can be divided by 4. So 512 can be divided by 4. Similar idea with 8. If it's the last 3 digits can be divided by 8. You only look at the last 3 if you have a bigger number. 5. So 5 and 10 are similar. 5 is if the last digit is 0 or 5, and 10 is if the last digit is just 0. So like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 3. The sum of the digits, so if you have the number 501, you add up the digits, so 5 plus 0 plus 1 is 6. Can 6 be divided by 3? Can the sum of the digits be divided by 3? And that is how we find out 3 and 9. 9 is also the sum of the digits can be divided by 9. So you add up the digits and you'd see if it can be divided by 9. Those two are nice and easy ways to see if a number is divisible by those because you can add up the digits by using mental math. And the last one is 6. 6 is if it can be divided by 2 and 3. So you have to test to see if it's even, if it can be divisible by 2, and test if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. If it is divisible by both 2 and 3, then it is divisible by 6. Okay, so let's take a couple examples here. We're going to start with this one. We have to see if it's divisible by 2, 3, 5, and 10. So we're going to start off with 2. 715 is not divisible by 2 because it doesn't end with a 0, a 2, a 4, a 6, or an 8. Now we're going to test to see if it's divisible by 3. We're going to take our digits and we're going to add them up. 7 plus 1 plus 5, or 8 plus 5, which is 13. Is 13 divisible by 3? No. So 3 is not, 715 is not divisible by 3. 3 cannot divide into 715. And then we go to the next one, 5. Can 5 go into 715? And the answer is yes, because it ends in a 5. So that one's good. And can 10 go into 715? And the answer is no, because it doesn't end in a 0. So the only one it is divisible by is 5. Okay? Let's try divisibility by 9. So the rule is if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9, then that number is divisible by 9. So let's take our numbers, our digits, and add them up. We have 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 8 is 10, plus 7 is 17. Is 17 divisible by 9? No. So 1,187 is not divisible by 9. Okay. Is 108 divisible by 4? So our rule for 4 is to just look at the last two digits. And the last two digits here is 0 and 8. So we're really just talking about the number 8. 08 is just 8. So is 8 divisible by 4? Yes. So 108 is divisible by 4. Okay. And the last one I want to do together is divisibility by 6. So is 12,456 divisible by 6? And the answer is, well, so our rule, is it divisible by 2? And is it divisible by 3? If it's yes for both, then it's divisible by 6. If we have one no, then it's not divisible by 6. So let's see. Is 12,456 divisible by 2? Well, our rule for 2 is if the last digit is 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. So yes, because it's an even number. And our divisibility for 3, well, we have to add up our digits. So 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. We have 3 plus, we'll make this 9 plus 6. Make this 15 plus 3, which is 18. Is 18 divisible by 3? Yes. So since 12,456 is divisible by both 2 and 3, it is divisible by 6. And the last one I want to do is right here. We have 1,578,936 divisible by 4. Now I use this big number on purpose because nobody wants to long divide by 4 here. So our rule tells us, well, if the last two digits, if it is divisible by 4, then that whole number is divisible by 4. And 36 divided by 4 is 9. So yes, it is divisible by 4.